When it comes to setting your detailing services, do you sell them as packages or just individual services? In my experience, it's much easier to just sell them as individual services and sell them to what the customer needs and wants. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the difference between setting up packages and services for your detailing business. So before we get into the video, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and always check the link in the description down below for more information. In my opinion, offering packages overcomplicates the process. For one, it's a lot more text, it's a lot more words, it's a lot more information the customer has to take in order to figure out what the package consists of. So on your website, you'll most likely write hundreds of words describing what package A, package B, and package C offers. Now the problem is, number one, it's probably going to be a lot of text, a lot of words to read, meaning the customer is not going to actually read the entire package that you have on your website because it's just too much reading. Number two is they have to fine tune what details are missing from one to the other. And then three, they just are too, not that they're lazy, but it's too much work for them to actually sit there and read package per package per package to figure out what's the difference. And then you're gonna add technical terms in those packages, so it's confusing their brain even more. So that adds another hurdle for them to even call you. So instead of them just saying, hey, look, let me just contact detailer A about, services that I need, they see this big, big hurdle of reading text. And they either won't give you a call, or they either just click back in Google or click back in whatever they're searching and go to another website. So in my experience, having packages is too much of a hassle for the customer, or for the prospect I should say, since they haven't became a customer of yours, where you want them to read every single word on your website, or you want them to listen to every word that you have to say on the difference between packages. But again, in my experience, it is too much confusion in terms of what's with A and B, what's the difference, what are the technicalities of it. So I think it overcomplicates the process when you want to sell packages. Next is you're assuming what the customer wants. Because when you create these packages, you are saying, I am going to offer this service, this type of service with this type of service, because that's what the customer is going to want. And if a customer comes to you, or a prospect, I should keep saying, and they say, hey, you know what, I see, package A has this and this, can we do XYZ instead of ABC? And, that's going to add another layer of complication, as I said in the last one, and it's also assuming what your customer wants, because, every car is going to be different, and you're going to detour a lot from your package. So it could be a baseline on what you want to offer, but again, it's best just to listen to what the customer wants. What are their needs? So instead of saying, I'm only going to offer XYZ, and then you're either going to be very strict on that and say, hey, you know what, you want XYZ, but my package is only ABC, let's create another package. It's best just to say, hey, what do you want? What do you need? What type of services are you looking for? And what can I do to just please you as a customer? And the last reason ties in with what I just said, where you want to let the customer do most of the talking and ask as many questions as possible, because you want to extract as much information from the call or from that interaction with the prospect to get all the details you need on what kind of detail they need, their expectations, and why they're doing it. So on your phone conversation, you want to let them do most of the talking. You don't want to do, if you're doing most of the talking, you're doing something wrong. So you want to ask what kind of car it is, what kind of car is it, what type of end result are they looking for, what type of budget do they have, how much time are they able to allocate to this? Because maybe they want a wash and wax, or maybe they want an interior cleaning that day or that week, and you want to make sure you have enough time for them to allow you to detail their car. Obviously with budget concerns, how much are you willing to spend? We can dictate what type of service we're going to put in, or how much time we're going to put into it by how much money you want to spend. So in my experience, I would just let the customer do as much talking. And as they talk, you guys will formulate a package or offer the services right then and there. But I wouldn't have specific packages presetted with the prospect and offer those. So if someone said, hey, do you have any type of packages? Well, what type of service are you looking to get? And I would just go based off of that. Because again, every prospect is going to be different, every customer is going to be different, and not everyone, or I'd say a very small fraction of people on the world in that are looking for detailing services will actually take the time to read your packages on your website and then truly like look at the difference between X, Y, Z. So it does work. Packages do work if you have it simplified. If you don't, put so many technical terms in there where it confuses the prospect on what they're reading or the customer on what they're reading. It does work, but again, in my personal experience, instead of having packages, I would just say, hey, I would just talk to the customer, listen to their needs and wants, and then say, okay, hey, look, I can offer you this at this price point. Does that fit within your budget? Can we do it? When do you want to schedule it? I think that works pretty well. Again, it's going to be on a case-by-case situation where maybe in your experience, it works a lot better. I'm just giving you my opinion. I'm not a for sure person that's going to work across the board. But again, just coming from my personal experience, that's what I do. So leave your comments down below on whether you give packages or not. Again, I do nothing but single services and I combine them together. That's been working for me. Leave your comments down below. I'd love your feedback. Like this video, subscribe. Again, check the link in the description down below for more information. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.